Morning. Today we start here your second unit from physical pharmaceutics, that is states of matter and physicochemical properties of drug molecule. So firstly we'll see about the states of matter. So what is matter? Would you heard about the term matter? Matter is simply everything which is present into the universe. Everything is made up from matter. So another way we can say that matter is a just any substance in the universe which is having the mass and which can occupy the space in the universe. Such a substance, such an entity we can call as a matter. And we know that these matters may be in the form of solid, maybe in the form of liquid, maybe in the form of gases. Okay, these are the various types of the matters. But firstly, it is very important to know the what is matter. The matter is the just top of the universe. It contains atoms, molecules, and the ions that make up all physical substances. Just the substances, these are varied into the physical and chemical structure. Okay, on that basis, matters are classified. Whatever the drugs, or the polymers which you are going to use in the pharmacy, these are again matters. So, what are the objective to study this topic states of matter in these subjects? Very first is understand the characteristics of states of matter. Understand the different physical properties of each state of matter. That means different states of matter, these are nothing but solid, liquid, and gases. And what are the characteristics, what are the properties which are shown by the solid, which are shown by the liquid, which are shown by the gases at their individual state? For example, solids, they are showing the melting points. Solids, they are showing the stronger forces of attraction between the molecules. Liquid, they are showing the fluidity. Gases, they are showing the compressibility. So such types of the properties which are shown by the these individual states of matter to study or to understand the different physical properties of each matter. Next is study application of states of matter in the synthesis of drug. So what are the applications of these matters in the synthesis of drug? What are the application of these drugs in the dosage forms? What are the application of these drugs to develop the novel chemical entity or the new drug molecules? What are the application of these matters in the area or in the field of analysis, design and development of the dosage form? So to understand and to get or to achieve all these outcomes and objectives, we have to study the topic states of matter in our syllabus. So matter is briefly classified into the physical classification and chemical classification on the basis of their physical form, on the basis of their physical nature of the matter. These are just classified into the solid, liquid, and gases. That means these are showing their appearance. These are showing their physical state in which form these are present. Okay. On the basis of the chemical classifications, the matter, it may be pure, that means substance may be pure or substance may be in the form of the mixture of more than one element or more than one compound. Okay, just briefly we'll see this. Pure substances again classified into the elements: metal element, non-metal element, and metalloids. Okay, that means these are the individual elements, individual components which is present. Compound is just mixture of elements. Okay, either it may be inorganic, or it may be organic compound. Next, on the basis of chemical classification, these are again classified into the mixture. Okay, mixture is just a combination of more than two compounds. Okay, one or more compound, these are get mixed, and whatever the mixture we are getting, that is the powder mixture or any types of the mixture we are preferring in the chemistry. Again, these mixtures may be heterogeneous, homogeneous. What are the properties? If the properties showing by this mixture are the same, it will be homogeneous. If the properties which are showing by this mixture, if these are the different, we can say it is an heterogeneous. Just this is a brief classification of the matter, but we have to focus on the physical classification, that is solid, liquid, gases. We are going to study in these physical pharmaceutic subjects about the matter on the basis of only its states. That means in which form matter is present, in which form matter is available in the universe, and what are the properties which are shown by that specific form of the matter, that is solid, liquid, and gases in the universe. These properties, their physical chemical characteristics, we have to study. That means we have to study related to the only their form. We have to focus on only the state in which matter is present, state in which matter is available in this concerned subject, that is physical pharmaceutics. Okay, let's see towards this picture. You are getting, let us consider this is an inverse. In inverse, one substance one substance which is available in the different form. Let us see, this is the water. In this water, ice is present. Above the surface of water, vapors, that is the gaseous state, is present. If you compare these three states or the three forms of the single substance, that is the only water. If you concern about its a solid form, if the water is present into the solid form or the solid state, we can call it as an ice. So in the solid state, you are getting the crystals. Look at here, we are getting the crystals. So if you more specifically focus on these crystals molecules which are arranged in the coordinately form, and see their attraction between the molecules of the crystals, more specifically attraction between the molecules of this ice in this picture. These are strongly attracted and we are not getting the intermolecular space that much here. Okay, that means these molecules are compacted, their coordinations, their interaction is strong. Okay, and if you try to move these molecules of ice, whether it is easy to move the molecules of ice? No. That is, molecules of solids, these are not easy to move because these are strongly attracted to the one another. Their coordinating bonding, whatever their coordinated chemistry, it is the too strong. That is, the strong intermolecular force of attraction will be more in this ice crystal, that is the solid form of the water. If you take the water form, that is the liquid form of that water, here we are getting these liquid molecules, they are spread here. That means we can say these are the flowing. Okay, and we are getting the loose intermolecular attraction between the water molecule. That means one molecules can move by sliding the another molecules. Here also these are attracted towards each others, but these attractions are less. as compared to the solids. So what is indicate? We can plot these liquids, we can plot this water, but in the form of solid, we can't plot. Okay, we can't carry out, we can't move, or we can carry out the flow of that ice. But in case of the liquid, we can carry out the flow. That means this liquid form of the water, it is showing the fluidity. Okay, just the molecules which is sliding one another to other, and still these are in the contact with the each others. But if you talk about the gaseous molecules, these gaseous molecules, these are present in the individual forms. There is no process of attraction between the gaseous molecules. That's why what happens? These gaseous molecules, these are free to flow. Okay, these are not in contact with the other molecules. These are not showing the strongest force of attraction between the molecules of the gases. They are free to escape. They are present. They are behave as a individual molecules. This is about the solid, liquid, and gaseous form of the water. This entire nature is the water. It is just H2O. Its a formula is just H2O. Its chemical formula is same. Just what happened? We have taken their different forms. We have taken solid form, that is ice. We have taken liquid form, that is water. We have taken gaseous form, that is an vapors. Okay, that means this picture, it is typically indicating the different physics of the single substance. Okay. Then what are the properties which are shown by the three different forms of the substance, or three different forms of the matter? We have seen that the solid molecules, or the solid substance, which are showing the strongest intermolecular forces of attractions. Okay, these are maybe van der Waals forces of these are maybe hydrogen bondings. So these ionic forces, these are too strong in case of the solid. If we talk about the liquids, there is a weak intermolecular forces of attraction, and the gases, as I told you in earlier slide, they are showing the very weak intermolecular forces of attractions. So as in the solid, they are having the strong intermolecular forces of attractions. They are not sharing the intermolecular space. Look at this picture. The particles of the solid, these are the present, and as they are having the strong intermolecular forces of attractions, we are not getting the space between the two molecules here. That entire space which is compacted, or which is filled by the molecules, that means what you can say, that the molecules which are in the compacted form, we are not getting the any space in between the two particles of the solid state. In liquid state, the large intermolecular space is there. Just here, one molecule is here, one molecule is here, one molecule is here. So whatever this space is just a intermolecular space between the molecules. And in the gases, no doubt, as there is a very weak force of attractions, or intermolecular force of attraction is there, definitely they are showing the tremendous space in between the molecules of the gases. Okay, so in physics and chemistry in 11th 12th also, we have discussed the solids, they are having the definite shape. Solid having the definite shape. If you have taken the 1 kg specific substance, it will be in that specific shape only. We can define the shape of the solids. Okay, but let us see in the previous picture, we can define the shape of the liquid crystal. That is the crystals of the ice. Okay, we can say that it is the in which form, that is shape of the solid, that is shape of the ice. But in case of the liquid, we are not having the definite shape of the water, definite shape of the liquid. If you take the water in glass, that water it will occupy, or that water it will take the shape of that glass. If you take the water in the bottle, that water it will take the shape of that bottle. If you take into the beaker, it will take the shape of that beaker. That means in which vesicle or in which container the liquid it is present, the shape of that container, the shape of that vessel, it was be taken by the liquid. That means liquid don't have the definite shape. Okay, gases also they are not showing the definite shape. So if we talk about volume, the volume of the specific mass of the solid, it will be again same. Okay, that means it again having the definite volume also. Solid showing the definite volume. If you talk about the liquids, liquids are also definite volume, but they have the definite shape. If you take the 1 liter of the water, and if you fill the 1 liter of water into the bottle, if you fill the 1 liter of the bottle water into the glass, if you fill the 1 liter of the water into the beaker, in the three different container, bottle, water, bottle, glass, and beaker, water is taking. That is, water is occupying the three different shape, but volume is fixed. Whatever the weight of that 1 liter volume, it will be fixed. That's why liquid is having the definite volume, but not having the definite shape. Okay, why shape is not definite? Because of the weak intermolecular force of attraction as compared to the solids. And the gases, they are not having the definite shape and definite volume. Next is the in next characteristics of the solid is they are having the high density, melting point, and boiling point. Okay, the dense, we know that the definition of the density is the mass upon volume. Okay, as these are they in the compacted form or the stronger force of attraction, more molecules, more quantity, it will be present into the less volume, so that it will show the more dense nature. That's why density of the solid particle it is more, because of the more stronger force of attraction and the less distance between the molecules. Okay, they are showing the high density, and melting point is again high, because we know that melting point is the temperature or the energy which is required to break the interaction or the intermolecular forces between the molecules of the solids. Okay, if the forces are too strong, that means we need to provide the more energy. We need to provide the more latent heat. Okay, then only these molecules they will get fused. That means the substance it will get melted. That's why solids they are showing the high density and high melting point. In case of the liquid, the density of liquid is lower because they are showing the intermolecular space, low melting point, because intermolecular forces which are present into the molecules, these are the weak. Then density and melting point. Okay, these are low. Boiling point is again low because they are showing the less or weak intermolecular forces. In case of the gases, the density is very low because the gaseous molecules they are not showing the intermolecular attractions, and as they are not showing that much intermolecular attractions, there is a tremendous space between the two or more gaseous molecules. That's why what happens, they need more volume, and as they are getting the more volumes, less number of the molecules will be present into the specific volume. And by the way, these are showing the less density, that is very low density of the gaseous molecules. Next is the about the compressibility, that is solid cannot be compressible. Okay, we can't compress solids. If you take the wood in your hand and if you try to compress, it will not be possible. If you take the chalk piece in between the two fingers, if you try to compress, it will not be compressed because there is no intermolecular distance. There is no intermolecular space between the molecules of the solids. Okay. So as there is a no space between the molecules of solid, you may apply the any force, it will not get compressed. Because when the material it will get compressed, it will just fill the space between the molecules. And as the solids they are having the more rigidity, more rigid natures, they will not get compressed. So as they are not getting compressed, their shape it will be definite. Example is if you take the chalk piece into the in between the two fingers and try to press it, it will not get pressed, it will not get compressed. Liquid can be compressed. We can pressurize in somewhat quantity into the liquids. Okay, gases are highly compressed. LPG cylinder, whatever the LPG cylinder you are using, is the gases which are present into the compressed form. If you release the pressure, see at what pressure that gas it will be released. That LPG gas it will be released from that container. Okay, that means what is indicate? These are maybe not maybe gases are compressible. Okay, we can compress it because there is a too much space between the molecules of the gas. So by compressing, by applying the force, we by pressure, we can compress and we can bring these whatever the expanded molecules of the gas together. Okay, by compressing by applying the high pressure, so that gas is showing the high compressibility. If you talk about the fluidity, the solid cannot be showing the flow property. Just take the stone and put it, it will not get move until and unless we pick up and drop anywhere. Okay, if you put the crystal or the particle of the stone or the particle of the any solid on the table, it will not get move, it will not get run. Okay, it will be there where we have kept. But if we put the drop of water, if we put some quantity of the water on the table, that quantity of the water, what will happen? It will get flowed. Okay, from one place to the another place. Whether it is possible in case of the solid? No. The place where we have kept any substance which is in the solid form, it will be remains there only until unless we are not moving that substance. But in case of the liquids, if you put the liquids or if you drop the liquids on the floor or on the table, it will get flow. Where it is getting the slope. So what is indicate? The liquids are showing the flow property. The liquids are showing the fluidity. Why liquids are showing the fluidity? Because they are having the less intermolecular force of attraction between the molecules of the liquid, and these are less as compared to the solids. That's why liquid are showing the fluidity and solids they are not showing the fluidity, because the nature of the solid it is too much rigid. And when the liquid it is flowing, that means liquid is showing the fluidity. That doesn't mean that the liquid is the getting away, that single drop of the liquid is getting away from the entire liquids. No, so all molecules of the liquids, these are in the contact, they remains in the contact to the each others, but just they are sliding to the one another. And as they are sliding to the one another, they are showing the fluidity nature, fluidity property. Again, in case of the gases, there is no force of attraction, no intermolecular force of attraction. Gases again showing the flow property. They are again showing the high flow property. Okay, these are about the different properties of the different states of matter, that is solid, liquid, and gases. If we talk about the intermolecular forces, solids are showing the greater intermolecular forces, liquids are showing the less intermolecular forces between as compared to the solid, and greater as compared to the gases, and gases showing the less intermolecular forces. If you talk about the intermolecular space, solids they are having the more, liquids having the less as compared to the solid, and greater as compared to the gases. If we talk about the shape, solid shape and volume, solids they are showing the definite shape and volume. Liquids they have the shape of in which these are present, and volume is definite. Gases they don't have the definite shape and volume. If you talk about the density, melting point and boiling point, solids they are showing the high density melting point and boiling point as compared to the liquid and gases, and liquid they are showing the less properties as compared to the solids and liquids. If we talk about the compressibility, solids are not compressible, liquids may be compressible, and gases showing the high compressibility. If we talk about the flow property, solids unable to flow, that means solids are not showing the flow property, liquids showing the flow property, gases, molecules, again substance showing the flow property. These pictures you will get the clear idea about these properties, and what are the differentiate properties between the solids and liquid from this picture of the solid, liquid, and gases, how these molecules which are arranged, okay, together into the substance. Okay, understood? It is quite easy. Let's see here. By observing this picture we will get the clear idea. If you if you see about the third Vicker, here the solids, the shape of the solid, it is fixed. See the arrangement of the molecules, it is fixed. We are getting the definite shape, and the molecules of the solids which are arranged in the coordinated form. That means in the specific directions, in the specific coordination chemistry we are getting from these solids. Whether these molecules are moving, no at all, these are molecules are not moving. Whether we are getting the intermolecular space between the molecules of solid, no. Or we can compress this, no. Whether they are moving from one place to another place, no. That means this is about the solids. But if you look the middle Vicker, liquids, see how these molecules these are moving. That means they are showing the fluidity. How these are showing the fluidity? Just see, they are just sliding to the others molecules, but these are not getting away from the bulk molecules. One molecule is not getting away from the other molecules. These are the just sliding to the one another. And let's see the about this shape. These liquids they have taken acquire the shape of that this beaker only. Okay, this is about the liquids. Gases, there is no definite shape, no definite volume, no intermolecular force of attraction, too much space between the molecules. That means if you put drop or if you add the gaseous molecules in the any vessel or any container, they will try to occupy the all the space, all the volume of that container or of that vessels. Okay, actual volume it is too less, actual volume it is too less, but this these are just moving randomly from one space, one area to one corner to the another corner, and they are trying to occupy the all this volume, all the space of that container of that vessel. This is in case of the gaseous molecules. If we talk about the kinetic energy, just see the solids, they are showing the more potential energy. They are not showing the kinetic energy here. Let's see. As they are not showing the kinetic energy, they are in the fixed. These are in the rigid forms. They are not moving. But these liquids, they are showing the somewhat kinetic energy. Okay, along with potential energy. As they are possessing, as they are showing the somewhat kinetic energy, the liquid molecules, these are moving. The liquids molecules, they are showing the motion. Okay, that is kinetic motions. But kinetic energy of the liquid, it is less as compared to the gases and more as compared to the solids. If you see about the gaseous molecules, they are showing the too much kinetic energy. They are showing the greater kinetic energy as compared to the liquids and solids. That's why these molecules of the gases, these are in the continuous in the motions. Okay, it is difficult to bring them together at a one place. For this, we need to apply the pressure. Okay, by this picture, we'll get the clear idea about the properties of the solid, liquid, and gases, about its coordinated chemistry, about its shape, about its space between the intermolecular space between the molecules of that matter, their kinetic energy, their potential energy, their fluidity. Okay, everything it will be clear from this picture. That is the comparative study of the solid liquid gases and properties of solid liquid gases state. Okay, here also we'll see this solid molecules. These are arranged in the coordinated in the uniform form, and here we are not getting the any motions, but in the liquid molecules they are just moving. Okay, they are showing the kinetic motions. And if you see about the intermolecular forces and the space between the molecules, here we are getting the empty space. Okay, so this empty space we can fill with by compressing. Okay, here see the molecules whether they are moving. No, they are at a fixed positions. They are at a fixed site in the definite shape and volume. But here, in case of liquid, these molecules are sliding. These molecules are showing the fluidity, and we are getting the more intermolecular space. Just see how these molecules are sliding. But these molecules are not leaving to another molecules. They are not getting away from the one molecules. Okay, and in case of the gases, they are trying to reach the each and every corner of the container, each and every corner of the vessel. Okay, that's why these gases, they are not having the definite shape. And see the kinetic energy, that is the molecular collisions which are happening in case of the gaseous state. Okay, that is solid, liquid, and gases, their comparative study. Next point is we can change the states of matter from the one form to the another form. We may convert solid into the liquid, liquid into the gases, gases into the liquid, and liquids into the solids. That is changes into the states of matters. Okay, here diagrammatically it is represented. We know that if you provide the temperature or if you heat the solid, what happen? It will get melt. Okay, it will get melt, it will get fused, and we are getting the liquid form. Again, if you provide the temperature to that liquid, it will form the vapors after boiling. That is, again these vapors, these are converted into the gases. That means after melting, solid is get converted into the liquid. After vaporization, after boiling, liquid is get converted into the gases. This channel, we know that solid into the liquid, liquid into the gases. If you provide the temperature to the ice, if you withdraw or if you remove the ice crystals from the refrigerator, and if you put at the room temperature or the normal temperature, it will get liquefied after specific time. It will get melt, it will get fused. Okay, the bottle which is filled with the ice crystals, it will be in the liquid form. If you boil that water, we'll get the vapors, and the vapors will be converted into the gases. Okay, that means all liquidity will be get converted to the gases through the phenomenon of the vaporizations. Again, in distillation, you might have studied the distillation concept. In distillation concept, you are providing the temperature to the liquids is get converted into vapors, and again these vapors we are collecting into the collector. Okay, and in between this we have utilized the one equipment, one accessory, that is condenser. Okay, so in the condenser what happened? Condensation phenomenon is takes place. That means condensation means we are providing the cold water. Okay, we are providing the cold water surrounding to the that hot vapors. So due to this hot vapors, what happen? The condensation, that is a cooling effect, it will be takes place, and these gaseous molecules, okay, these gaseous molecules will convert into the liquid. How? By the mechanism of condensation, by the phenomenon of condensation. Okay. And again, these liquids, if you put again this liquid into the refrigerator, if you put that water into the refrigerator, after a specific period of time, by decreasing the temperature, by reducing the temperature, what you are getting here? Ice crystals. Okay, so simple example, we will talk about the water only. If you take the water and if you put this water into the refrigerator, what you are getting? Here we are getting the solid ice, that is crystals of the ice. If you melt these crystals of ice, we are getting the water, that is in the liquid form. If you boil that liquid from water, we are getting the vapors, that is the gas. And if you collect this gas, if you collect this vapor, and if you pass through the condenser, that is surrounding to that vapor, if you provide the cold water, what happens? Condensation will take place, and again that vapors or again that gas form of the water, it will get converted into the liquid. Okay, again we are getting their water from the gas, from these vapors. Okay, again if you put that water into the refrigerator, we are getting the ice crystal. That is the how solid is get converted into the liquid, liquid is get converted into the gas, gas get converted into the liquid, and liquid get converted into the solids with the help of the melting, vaporization, condensation, and freezing. That means everything depends on the temperature. Okay, we'll see about this. Again, we have heard about the term sublimations. The some solid substances are there, after heating they are directly get converted into the gaseous form instead of intermediate liquid form. Okay, that is a camphor, that is it will be directly converted into the gases. Okay, that is solid is directly get converted into the gaseous form, not in the liquid form. So such substances, these are known as the sublimations. Or reverse to sublimation also, we can convert the gases directly into the solid form also. So this is about the intermediate phase changes between the solid, liquid, and gases. That means the intermediate changes in the forms or intermediate changes in the states of the matter, how these are takes place. Also, more specifically, we'll see here. We have taken the solid as a lowest energy particle. Okay, if you provide the temperature to these solid crystals or the solid substance, what happen? The intermolecular bondings or intermolecular force or intermolecular attraction between the solids molecules, it will get breakdown. So that much energy we will need to provide. That much energy it will be utilized. It will be absorbed to break the molecules or the attraction between the solid particles or the solid molecules. And once it provide that much temperature, that much heat, that much energy, that temperature is known as the latent heat. That energy which is absorbed while melting the solid substances or when the solid substances get fused, that energy, that temperature is known as the latent heat. Okay, so after melting of these solids, that is after fusion of these solids, by absorbing the latent heat, by increasing the temperature, what you are getting here? Liquids. Okay, solid get converted into the liquid at a specific temperature or by providing the thermal energy or temperature to the solids. So as now, if we provide that again temperature to this liquid form, again energy is absorbed. Again it is necessary to break the bonds, to break the intermolecular forces of attraction between the molecules of the liquids. So for this also, we need to provide the energy. Here also energy will be absorbed, and this energy which is provided in the form of the temperature, again it is in the form of the heat. So whatever the energy which is absorbed when the liquid is get converted into the vapors, that is liquid is get converted into the gases, that energy, that temperature, that latent heat absorbed, it is called as the heat of vaporizations. So So when vapors get forms, when the liquid it will start to boil. Okay, so that is the by melting or the fusion phenomenon, solid is get converted into the liquids, and by vaporization phenomenon, what happen? Liquid is get converted into the gases. In both the concept, the heat is absorbed. Okay, in gas, that is the highest energy particles. They are having the more kinetic energy, and as they are having the more kinetic energy, they are continuously in the form of the molecular collisions, continuously in the form of random motions. Okay, they continuously in the form of the flow. So to convert the gas into the solid or gas into the liquid, what you have to do here? We have to withdraw the energy, we have to remove the energy, we have to decrease the energy. Okay, if you see about the conversion of the gas into the liquid first, so as in earlier slide I have told you, to convert the gas into the liquids, very first we have to reduce the energy, that is we have to withdraw the temperature, that is we have to decrease the temperature of the gaseous phase. By decreasing the temperature, what happens? Their kinetic energy between the molecules it will get decreased. With the cooling effect, the molecules they will get come together. This will happen. Then we can increase the pressure. By increasing the pressure, what happens? Whatever the space, intermolecular space between the molecules of the gas, it will be filled, it will be withdrawn. And we know that the liquids having the less intermolecular space as compared to the gas. Okay, so during this, what happens? It will get evolved. It will not be get absorbed. It will be evolved. In this case, when the gas is get converted into the liquids, because we are converting high energy substance to the low energy substance. Okay, and this will be possible by decreasing temperature and increasing pressure, and this phenomenon or by mechanism which we are carried out the conversion of the gas into the liquid, that is the condensation, that is liquefaction. Okay, again that liquid we can convert into the solids by decreasing the temperature. We are putting the liquid into the refrigerator, means what? At low temperature we are providing the low temperature. That means we are, what we are doing here, we are decreasing the temperature of that substance, decreasing the temperature of that liquid, and as we are decreasing the temperature, automatically kinetic energy it will get reduced, automatically that substance it will be low energy substance and it will get convert into the solid. Okay, again one more form we have see here, solid is directly converted into the gases. By increasing the temperature, the substance they are absorbing the heat and they are directly converted into the gaseous form. This phenomenon is known as the sublimation. For example, is the camphor. Or gases may be directly converted into the solid form. By decreasing the temperature, increasing the pressure, again heat will be evolved with the aid of the deposition. Okay, so when solid is get converted into the liquid, it is by the melting or fission. When liquid is get converted into the gases, it is by the evaporation or boiling. In both the cases, what happened? Heat is absorbed. When gases is get converted into the liquids by the phenomenon of condensation, and when the liquid is get converted into the solid by the phenomenon of freezing. In both the case, what happen? Energy or temperature is evolved. That means we have to decrease the temperature, and when solid is directly get converted into the gaseous forms, that is we have to provide the temperature, that is heat is absorbed. And when gases is get converted into the solids with the help of the depositions, okay, the energy is again decreased, that is we have to decrease the temperature. Okay, there is the interconversion between the solid, liquid, gases, gases, liquid, and solids, or directly solid to liquid and liquid, solid to gases, or gases to solids. Okay, this is again very important. Through this picture we will get clear, this picture and the picture which is present in the previous slide, how the interchanges are takes place into the different states of the matter. Okay, this is the quite easy and very important points. All these points today are discussed. These are very important as concerned to the examinations. Okay, thank you.